recently I've been diving down deep into the roles of parents, specifically what are roles of a father, what are roles of a mother, and what they serve in contribution to a child's growth. And um, it's something that I've been personally struggling with as well. It's just because I grew up mostly with my mom, and I've never really had much of a father figure in my life. Um, Even so, as I'm recording this video, I live with my dad, but um, there's just we never really had this communication between me and my dad, and he never really interacts with me. So the only real time he would interact with me, it's when he needs a favor done or he needs something done around the house that he can't do. And that's as far as I know, that's my understanding of my role in this house. Um, that was a little tangent on starting today's topic. Today's topic is what a father's for, essentially, what the role of a father is, and how they serve to improve the growing process for your child. So, really quick, off the top of my head, back when technology wasn't advanced, fathers are mostly primarily the hunter and gatherer or the provider for the family. And what that means is that while the mother is taking care of the child at home, whether that's raising the kid, cooking, or micromanaging things that are essential to keep a harmonious home. The father has always been in charge of the role of providing for the family, and what that means is, to give an example, back in the day when hunting and gathering a was a thing, the dad used to are the ones that goes out to hunt with other tribes of men in hope to bring back dinner and in hope to bring back a wildebeest to consume for the family to eat. And so, um, the three things that a father is supposed to do is, one is teaching your seeds, your son, a skill. So what I mean by that is, back in the day when hunting and gathering was essential to survival, um, father would teach their son the skills that they need to ensure survival, so that in the future, if the father happens to pass away, the child, the next man in the family has the skills to carry on the legacy of the family, and not starve, because the father is supposed to teach a craft to the child, so that it would essentially fulfill that condition of survival. And whether that's fishing, hunting and gathering, or blacksmithing, or whatever the case may be. But the very first reason for having a father is for him to pass on his knowledge, his tool sets to his son, so that it ensures survival. The second thing So the second thing that a father is supposed to teach his son is to teach the child how to interact as a member of a social group, as a member of society, teaching the child to interact with women, men, child, younger people, older people, um, group of men, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. To teach by example, because um, if you really think about it, the once the child is of age to learn this to once the child is of age to go to the to hunt with the dad, he will pick up lots of social cues as to things to talk about, what not to talk about within within the father's interaction with different types of people in society, whether that's young, old, woman, man. Um, in an evolutionary perspective, we as humans, we need to socialize in order to increase our survival. What that means is that on this earth, one man alone cannot survive. We have always been taught that as a kid, that we need to work together. There's stuff like there's no I in team. We need each other to survive, and part of that goes back in the day when when we're hunters and gatherers, when we need to build alliance with tribes and form communities in order to better our survival, whether that's against wildebeest, or it could be against tribes that are trying to get you. But to sum it all up, it is the father's role to play. It is the father's role to teach the son how to interact, and also teaching the son how to interact and help people, because by teaching the son to help people, you are teaching him to be a uh, um a beneficial member of society. And what that means is, as the nature of helping and cooperation, if you help people, then as the nature of cooperation, that they will tend to help you back. And that's kind of the foundations of humans. You help each other. If you see somebody need help, you offer them help. In return, you might get some help too when you least expect it. And the third thing a father, roles of the third thing that a father is for, is to teach the son to have self control. Whether that's maybe him complaining, whining about not having something. The role of the father is to teach the son to have self control, and to um and to control his emotions. um if you think about it, one thing that makes us humans a lot different from animals is that animals, they run on this system called fight or flight. And so what that means is they either fight or they flight. uh I know that was a dumb explanation, but um we as humans, we can control whether or not we trigger those responses, fight or flight. Rather than allowing fear and emotion dictate the situation of the circumstance. Humans, men, have logics that can use reasons and logic to come out with the best outcome. And these kind of self-control, they don't just, you're not born with it. you know um Believe it or not, those things were taught. Someone taught somebody how to have self-control. Someone taught you know, people were taught certain things as they're growing up, and um, you know, some of us, including myself, have to find ways to harness that self control, whether that is breaking, you know, having that self control and discipline to harness self control, or you know, having maybe interacting with a person with that amount of with that trait that you want to you know, teach, learn from. Um, with current society, I think fathers are mainly a joke. I mean, if you've watched televisions like The Simpsons and Shameless, the father are always portrayed as a very lousy, you know, person in the family, where it's you know, women knows the best, and in some cases there are research going on that even supports that um the best way to raise a child is a single mom, which I completely disagree with. And yeah, it's Saturday, January the 12th. It's 5:04 right now, and that's what's been on my mind. And I just wanted to talk this out. You know, let me know if you have any comments, or you know, what your thoughts are on some of these some of these thoughts I have regarding the role of a father figure and what they're for. And once again, if you enjoy this type of content, leave a like, because it would let me know that this content is something you like to watch. And if you want to see more of these videos, subscribe, because I'm going to post video once a week. Yeah.